Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 6. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released March 27th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Deathmatch number 4. The first arc of the smash hit ends here. Factions have formed, lines have been drawn, and now violence is spilled outside of the arena as all hell breaks loose in the Deathmatch prison. Written by industry legend Paul Jenkins and drawn by comics superstar Carlos Magno, Deathmatch is a dark psychological deconstruction of the superhero genre that can't be missed. We've got Ice Age, the Hidden Treasure one-shot. When Crash and Eddie hear about a haunted treasure in a place called Bone Valley, they can't get the idea out of their heads. After convincing Peaches and Sid to join them on their journey, they set off to become treasure hunters. But what surprise awaits them where X marks the spot? And we've got Peanuts number 7, Rockin' Bowl. The Peanuts gang is heading to the bowling alley and no one wants to win that coveted tournament trophy like Charlie Brown. If you're looking for laughs, this issue is a full strike. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got Angel and Faith number 20. Angel is ridiculously close to his goal of resurrecting Giles when he's suddenly sidetracked, forcing an unlikely partnership between Faith and Spike. Tensions run high as Slayer and Vampire hit the mean streets of London. Leads directly into the final arc, and Spike takes center stage. We've got The Answer number 3 of 4. While Devin is living out her dream, working among the greatest minds in the world, The Answer is stuck in a nut house nightmare. They'll both have to wake up and work together if they're going to unravel the secrets of the enigmatic brain trust. Next, we've got B.P.R.D. Vampire number 1. After the horrific events of B.P.R.D. 1948, we follow one doomed agent's quest for revenge against a clan of vampires and their Gorgon-eyed queen Hecate. We've got Criminal Macabre Final Night, the 30 Days of Night crossover number 4 of 4. With Alice Blood in Eben's hands, Cal will do anything, including using voodoo, to help fight the vampires. But that might not be enough as the ghouls and the vampires clash in an all-out brawl to the death with Cal and Eben smack dab at the center. Will it be Cal or Eben who survives? Got DRAGONAGE Until We Sleep number 1 of 3. Allied with the world's most feared warrior race, the Quinari, the pirate Isabella, and the rogue Varric, King Alistair brings battle royale to the evil mage responsible for his father's disappearance. Next, we've got the Massive number 10. The Capital finally gets a reliable lead on the Massive and moves to follow, only to stumble into a regional war zone. Callum must deal with a mutiny when members of his crew force him to divert so they can join their home country in its war. The first of 3 standalone issues with 3 different artists, perfect jumping on point. We got Mr. X Hard Candy one-shot. Someone has abducted the sole heir to the pharmaceutical company that has transformed the City of Dreams into the City of Nightmares. Mr. X is hired to find her, alive. His payment, all the brain candy he could ever need. Will he trade his principles for this tasty payout, or stay on the path to saving Radiant City? And we've got Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi, The Prisoners of Bogan, number 4 of 5. Even as the Jedi close in on the mysterious Zeesh and his mad ally Dagon Locke, a third party has entered the chase, a powerful woman from Zeesh's past. Meanwhile, Locke has sought the help of old enemies to help him attain a common goal, the downfall of the Jedi. Origins of the Jedi, most popular Star Wars series of 2012, continues. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Bionic Man vs. the Bionic Woman number 3. The Bionic gloves come off as Steve Austin and Jamie Summers throw down, each needing to defeat the other in order to save his or her life. We've got Garth Ennis' Battlefield number 5 of 6, Fallen Rise Part 2, Korea 1951, and Anna and Mouse find themselves still in the air, but only just. An old enemy intent on our heroine's downfall has reappeared, and her dangerous past may be about to catch up with her. Then again, with the Korean skies filled with lethal American jet fighters, her problems may be over sooner than she thinks. And we've got Garth Ennis' Red Team number 2, The Rules, in which our heroes take a further step down a very dangerous road and lay out their battle plan, but not everyone is happy with the unit's new direction, especially some of the other players in the game. We've got Mark Waid's The Green Hornet number 1. The Hornet faces his most dangerous enemy ever, an egotistical, arrogant Britt Reed. In his alter ego as a powerful newspaper publisher, the Hornet has lost control, becoming a social crusader far too sure of himself and of his judgment. But when he finally goes too far, an innocent man pays a terrible price, and the legend of the Green Hornet begins its cataclysmic collapse. And we've got Sherlock Holmes, the Liverpool Demon, number 3 of 5. At William Brown Museum, Holmes and Watson examine the clawed remains of curator Christopher Connor and find themselves on the trail of a mysterious missing object. Inspector Thornton has to deal with the bloody aftermath of crime lord Drummond's somewhat unorthodoxical approach to dogfighting, while down at the docks, a visit is paid to a vessel by the name of Matilda Briggs. From IDW, we've got Doctor Who number 7, Space Oddity Part 1 of 2, first in a special 2-part story written by iVampire's Joshua Fialkov. When a cosmonaut attempts a first spacewalk in 1965, the rest of his crew watches in horror as he's swallowed whole by Shadow. Only the Doctor can save the spacecraft and the historically important mission. Next, we've got Judge Dredd number 5, The Long Fail. Technology is failing all over Mega City 1, causing blackouts, explosions, radiation leaks, and other nasty surprises, leaving Dredd stranded in the middle of a vicious block war with no backup or reinforcements. It's just a judge and his lawgiver against the overwhelming odds. That is, until his lawgiver seemingly becomes sentient and begins to disagree with Dredd's judgments. We've got My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 5. Attention, every pony. Get ready for another unforgettable adventure in the land of Equestria. Twilight Sparkle and the gang are confronted with a perilous new danger in the form of long unseen enemy. See how the magic of friendship prevails in the start of a brand new story arc. We've got Popeye Classics number 8. All of Bud Sangador's covers are brilliant genius, but this sports his greatest of all, one of the classic covers of comics history, and you can judge this comic by its cover. Popeye, Wimpy, and Sweet Pea are hilarious cast in a rollicking fun comic on the house. The backup feature with Sapo and What a Snozzle has to be seen to be believed for its astonishing surrealness, plus 2 Popeye and 1 Sweet Pea mini-features, all beautifully reproduced on high-quality paper. We've got Star Trek number 19. As excitement builds for the upcoming film sequel, the ongoing Star Trek comic series shows fans the events that shaped the lives of the beloved Enterprise crew. In this issue, we discover what led young Montgomery Scott to devote himself to engineering as we witness his first steps on the journey that would take him across the galaxy. Overseen by Trek writer-producer Roberto Orci, this all-new tale sheds light on a classic character. We've got Transformers Robots in Disguise number 15, The End of the World. When Cybertron collapses, who will pick up the pieces? Megatron stands poised to triumph, locked in final battle with Bumblebee, Starscream, Metalhawk, and Prowl. One will stand, the rest will fall. We've got Transfusion number 3 of 3, The Twisted Conclusion. In a future overrun by out-of-control machines and monsters, a handful of human survivors try to fight their way back to normal life. But what is normal in a world where both monsters and machines need human blood? Find out in this horrific new series by 30 Days of Night co-creator Steve Niles and Menton 3, the demented artist behind Monocyte. And we've got Vitriol the Hunter number 2 of 6. The plan was to protect an important government objective, but now the Defense Initiative is counting their dead as Vitriol clashes with truths from his past. The vampire vision is shaping up just as Barthas intended, but just how deep can his mind-bending scheme reach? A whole hell of a lot deeper. From Image Comics, we've got Clone number 5. In a war he never knew existed, Luke Taylor stands to lose everything. His wife, his baby, his identity. Even if Luke can lead the rebels to victory, will his life ever be the same? Find out in the conclusion of the first Clone arc. And we got Dia de los Muertos number 2 of 3. Inspired by the Mexican Day of the Dead, artist extraordinaire Riley Rosamo joins forces with 9 different writers over 3 issues to tell tales from beyond the grave. In this issue, cartel soldiers visit the pits of hell, a visitor to Mexico stumbles onto a black mass, and a man heartbroken at the loss of his wife is reunited with her beyond the grave. Next we've got East of West number 1, Out of the Wasteland. The things that divide us are stronger than the things that unite us. A sci-fi western set in a dystopian America where all hope for the future rests in the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse who just happen to be trying to kill the President of the United States. One of the most exciting new books of the year, this is East of West, a brand new ongoing monthly comic from the award-winning team of Marvel's FF, Jonathan Hickman and Nick Dragotta. Next we've got Fatale number 13. It's the curse of the femme fatale in the Old West for those who like horror and noir and their spaghetti western. Another standalone Fatale flashback issue and the perfect place for new readers to jump on board. And remember, each issue of Fatale contains extra content, articles, and artwork that are not available anywhere else but the printed single issues. We've got 5 Weapons number 2 of 5. Tyler barely escapes the knife club only to become the target of both the stick club and every teacher in the school of 5 weapons. This time the faculty plans to beat Tyler at his own game and embarrass him in front of the whole school. The latest series from fan favorite creator Jimmy Robinson. We've got Hack Slash number 25, Final. Conclusion, Cassie battles Sam Hain to the death. Question, who will survive and what will be left of them? Answer, not everyone, and very small bits. The blood-spattered, panty-flashing saga of Hack Slash comes to an end in this epic issue. We've got Legend of Luther Strode number 4 of 6, Luther versus Jack the Ripper. And we've got Morning Glories number 25, double-sized 25th issue, and the Season 1 finale, featuring 3 interconnected covers. We've got Planetoid number 5, warfare ensues as the tyrannical forces of the Ano-Mao attempt to wipe out the planetoid's only hope for civilization. We've got Savage Skull Kickers number 1, Savage Skull Kickers, a modern reinterpretation that gets back to the roots of these timeless characters. It's a bold new direction, a continuing story with a newly added adjective. Our 20th issue is a brand new number 1. Welcome to Comic Math. We've got Think Tank number 6. Slacker genius David Lauren can hack into the military-industrial complex computer network to reclassify 3 quincucinidal benzylate from the Class 2 pathogen to a Class 5 pathogen. He can disassemble the micro-power device of Dr. Sejic to appropriate its extensive battery life for a surface thought reader, but can he save himself from the confines of his own mind? And we've got Witch Doctor Malpractice number 5 of 6. In one corner, Dr. Vincent Morrow, the Witch Doctor. In the other, the parasite he's been infected with. And you won't believe where the battlefield is. Physician, heal thyself, or else. Fangoria calls it a superbly smart and riveting medical thriller with off-the-wall characters. Okay, so that's it from some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.